Hey, y'all, it's your boy Chuck Farley with I Love Rand Paul. My Christmas gift to the PAA podcast is a reading of Dr. Rand Paul's Festivus, what does he call it? Problems that he's got with people and his airing of grievances. And I'm going to read it exclusively for the PAA podcast. You can also check it out on I Love Rand Paul. I'll tweet it out and all that stuff. Maybe I'll get a producer there, David Washorn, to cut this out and separate it. And then I'll put it up on at I Love Rand Paul on all the social media. So here we go. Senator Rand Paul says a lot of problems. You'll hear about them tomorrow. Hashtag Festivus. And he posted a picture. It's from a sitcom, situation comedy back in the day called Seinfeld. And one of the characters on there created a holiday Festivus for the rest of us, if you will. Senator Rand Paul says, good morning, everyone, and welcome to everyone's favorite holiday, Festivus. Festivus, of course, is highlighted by the airing of grievances. I've definitely got a lot of problems with you people. And by you people, I mostly mean the petty tyrants who run your local, state, and federal governments. 2021 was a banner year for being a petty tyrant, with them all literally tripping over each other for the dumbest COVID lockdown or mandate idea. Washington, D.C. never likes to take a backseat to any petty tyrant, so of course their regulations were almost as bad, and their mayor almost as big a hypocrite. Honestly, I'm torn on whether it's worse than these tyrants flouted their own rules, or if it's worse if they thought they mattered. Hey, you wear some cotton underwear on your face from the host table to your dinner table. That'll fix everything. Senator Rand Paul continues. It was never clear to me if they thought COVID gathered at entrances or if they thought it only traveled 5 feet and above. So once you sat down, you were all clear. Most of the ridiculous rules I will blame squarely on our public health officials, who should know better, particularly my good friend, Anthony Fauci. I would air my grievances at Fauci again, but I try not to be in reruns. And there is a link to all of the Fauci roasts that Mr. Rand Paul has done, Senator, Doctor. Damn, that guy is wrong a lot, he says about Fauci. I'll give Fauci one thing. He's like a bad quarterback after an interception. Absolutely no memory of failure. Just get back out there and do it again. But instead of losing the game, he's cost a lot of lives and fortunes this past 18 months. Burn. Of course, Fauci didn't limit himself to COVID this year. He also funded torturing puppies and monkeys. And no, I'm not kidding. Link provided. Seriously, how unbelievable a villain is it who funded feign of function research in China? I believe that's supposed to be gain of function. Lied to the public how to protect themselves against COVID and tortured puppies. I would shut this off if it was a movie. It's too ridiculous. Of course, Fauci is far in the lead for government official doing dumb or evil things, but he's far from the only one. That's why every year I compile a Festivus waste report. Yeah, I'm skipping that. Here we go. Foreign countries use your aircraft for free for 4 years. The Department of Defense, $773 million. U.S. bought Afghanistan planes that were later thrown away. $549 million. Damn. Funding green energy programs in Africa, $179 million. Fattening eels for human consumption, $337,000. I'll be back with more grievances. I'm back, and I've been checking some of your grievances out on Twitter. Yeah. Well, that's an interesting. What did you reading other people's stuff here? Speaking of big tech censorship, this year I've been censored for not naming a whistleblower, telling the truth about masks, telling the truth about natural immunity. Big tech is out of control, in league with the government, and basically a liberal government propaganda machine. Why are we all still on it? Good question. I'm starting to do something about it by posting on libertytree.com and Rumble. More to come on that in the new year. I am not familiar with Liberty Tree, but I do know that the PAA podcast puts out their stuff on Rumble. My colleagues in Congress are deserving of some grievances too, so let's move over to them. Democrats control the House, Senate, and White House, and we still can't get cannabis banking reform bills passed. This should be a complete no-brainer, as so many states have legalized now, and we need business to operate. Cannabis money. I would go much further and end the federal war on a plant entirely, but at least let legal business operate as legal business. It probably doesn't help that the two Democrat leaders are almost as old as the movie Reefer Madness and clearly gave it 2 thumbs up when they watched it. The war on cannabis is among the many dumb things Congress does, but it's by no means the dumbest. Every year, hundreds of billions of your dollars are wasted. Let's look at a few more of the worst examples of that. Study verified that hearing bad news decreases happiness levels. $1,300,000. Getting high schoolers excited about being airplane pilots. $5 million. Telling people to not burn their trash. $11.3 million. I've got a few more things to say, but I'll be back later. You know what? I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks, PAA Podcast and the Podcast Producers Guild for putting over at I Love Rand Paul. You hit me up on Twitter at I Love Rand Paul. I'm on Instagram at I Love Rand Paul. I have a YouTube channel. You can look it up. I Love Rand Paul on YouTube. I have songs and videos about Dr. Rand Paul. And now they're on the PAA Podcast, thanks to the Podcast Producers Guild. Thank you, David Wushorn. And I'll talk to y'all later.